Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. This time, I found this tray. Move that over. It's not very thick. It's maybe an inch deep. It's not very deep, so I won't be able to put as much liquid in here. But this will fit better for the scrapbooking paper. Too bad it wasn't a little shorter, but you can't be picky. So I'm going to use this for the watered down acrylic paints, which is the one I'm going to do next. I'm also not going to use boiling hot water. Oh, I forgot to set up my water. Hold on a second. I'm just going to use hot tap water. Just waiting for the water to get hot. There we go. And I'm only going to use like not even a liter of water. I'm not boiling. Here's my thing. Now I looked up the non-toxic thing. Now this one, Folk Art, it actually says on it, I read it somewhere here, that it is non-toxic right there. Hopefully you can see that. It does say non-toxic. But that is this brand, Folk Art. Now I looked it on the other brands I have. I have all these. So this is the Decor Art Crafters Acrylic. This is Americana. This one is Acrylic. It's a French brand, so I'm going to assume it's, oh no, it says Ottawa, Ontario. See, there's other ones too that I have. My dollar store has mostly these or this one. Those are the ones I have the most of. And then I also have this apple barrel. Probably also from the dollar store, but it was a bigger bottle. Maybe they're bigger bottles they get from this company. But I think they only had the black or and the white, of which I don't have black because I have black in the smaller bottles. So I just wanted to show you, like I have all these paints and they're mostly acrylic. I guess this is the old packaging, pumpkin orange, and then that's probably the new packaging. So I guess my dollar store, oh, Tutti Frutti. My dollar store probably carries this one, African Violet, Purple Velvet. I have all colors. This one, the Americana, is beige. And then I got this one, is really nice. It says turquoise. But my understanding is turquoise is more to the blue. Like turquoise and aqua are both the blue-green. But the aqua is more blue. And the turquoise is more green. I believe that's how it works. So that's why that's turquoise. Anyway, so for today, oh yeah, and then I do have a metallic one. I don't know if it's actually metallic. We'll try, but not today. Today we're going to go with the peacock blue because I have a lot of blue, so I figure let's use this up. As for non-toxic, one said it was non-toxic. I did Google it. General information on Google is that it is water-based, so it could be non-toxic, or some are, but it's the pigment that they put in it. I guess different companies use a different kind of pigment to dye the paint. And so they say the pigment could be toxic. even if it's non-toxic, it could irritate your skin. And with my psoriasis, I'm going to try not to. I'm very much a, you know, bare hands, hands-on kind of person. I do have a pair of gloves here somewhere. Where did I put them? There they are. So I will put a glove on one hand, my right hand, because I'm right-handed. But note, because it's me, I may end up putting this hand in too. Plus, you know the issues I had with the coffee dyed paper. So, you know what I mean? It's a wait and see kind of deal. All right, so let's start this. I'm only going to do 2 cups because it's a shallower pan. 2 cups of water. Now, see, it's just warm. It's like really warm. I do not, oh yeah, they always say shake first. I do not know how much we're supposed to put in. So, let's just go for it. I'll use this, which is probably a 2 tablespoon serving spoon. And I guess I'll just fill it up flat. So that's probably a one tablespoon and 1 teaspoon. Something like that. Ooh, the color looks pretty good. All right, I think that should be good. Now we'll, oh, this glove is breaking. Some of my gloves are like really old. Like, look at this. You know what? I'm going barehanded. All right. So now I thought with this one, what I'm going to do is put all like papers together and just layer this on it. So we're going to start with the scrapbooking. And then we'll just layer it on. Next, pour it on. Next. Oh, I wanted to bring out a paintbrush too. Now, I don't know how this is going to work out, only because... Hold on, let me go grab a paintbrush. Hold on. Okay, this one's not very big, but we just want to make sure we get all areas. Oh shoot, now where do I put this? There we go. We just want to make sure we get all areas wet. Ooh, that works. Just fan it. Oh yeah. This works. All right. So now we're just going to let it drip for a second. And then, yes, I know this one's not as big as this paper, which is why I wanted to do this one. Actually, I should have done it last. I don't know how else to do this. All right, next. A bit at an angle. Let it drip off. Now I did end up baking that coffee dyed paper because we're on the same day and I needed the space. So I did end up drying it in the oven. Now my oven does go below 200, but I thought 200 was good. So I ended up baking the bigger sheets at 200 degrees. And once those were done, I had a baking rack, tray with rack, that I ended up, I'll show you in a second, I ended up using it to do the last couple of items. Let me just go put this over there on the table and I'll be right back. I'm just separating the sheets. That's why I'm taking a minute. That's why it took a little longer. All right, baking sheet. Oh, it's still in the oven. When I was done drying them all, I turned off the oven and I left this one. This one took the longest to dry. But yeah, I wanted to show you I did this. So the ones that were really wet like this and the envelope I had put on this rack and I stuck it on the upper shelf in the oven. I have 2 oven racks and I had this on the upper one. So there was no direct heat on it. It was just the air it was in that dried it. And I guess I should show you okay, I'm gonna move you over. If you look there on the stove, this is all the paper I did in the oven. Even these strips, this adult coloring sheet, the memo pad. That actually looks pretty grungy, doesn't it? That looks pretty good. These were the little square papers. They look pretty good. This was the cardstock. So that looks pretty good. I love the lines on the inside. The fold though feels like it's still a little damp. The accounting paper, oh my God, that looks so much better, doesn't it? It's still ever so slightly damp on this side, which is why I just stack them and I'm just gonna leave them. I'll probably let them go overnight. And then tomorrow I'll stack them by size and it'll be ready for Friday's video. So we're going back over here and we're going to continue. So these are the adult coloring papers. So we're going to stick that in. Make sure it's nice and wet. Flip it over. This one too, nice and wet. Flip it over. You know, this paintbrush does a lot less damage. It seems to work a lot better. I wonder if it would have worked better on the coffee dye. Let it drip. That looks pretty. Now you can do this with any color. I just chose blue because I have so much blue. And as a test run, because I've never done this before, I just wanted, you know what I mean, something to just play with. I'm just going to move this over here. Now another thing I did do, because I knew I would be doing a second video, what I did do is while the big papers were being baked in the oven, the small papers, the smallest ones, I kept on the dining room table, and I pulled out my blow dryer and I started drying it on a low, like on the heat setting, but there's a high and a low. I did it on low because the high was making everything fly everywhere. So I think it worked better being on a low heat or low setting. The reason why I doubled this up is I didn't want to take a chance it was going to rip again. And I'm going to leave it on the table doubled up also. And here's the tracing paper. So I'm going to put it in single layer. I'll flip this one around. Then I'll take this one and put the wet side on top. And then maybe flip it again. And then just put it on top. Because I don't want to rip it like I did the coffee dyed ones. All right, now we're going to do the accounting sheets. Like some of these have a color of their own. So I'm really curious to see, like the blue and the green, what color is this paper going to come out as? Is it still going to have the green with a tint of another color? Or is it going to be a total different color? So that's why I think this is going to be fun and interesting. I'm going to be careful. I got the stack of papers here, and they're going to get splattered with my paintbrush. See here, it got a little splattered because I kind of, like when I put it in my hand, I kind of toss it. And yeah, I got to be careful. All right, there's blue. That's flipper. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done it this way. Maybe I should have just let it do its thing first. See, this one flattened out. Okay, so now we're going to take this one on top. And then flip it. Now the paint is diluted. So if there is any pigment that is toxic, they say that if you want to paint your hands to use face painting paint. So I guess that's another option. If you don't want to use acrylic paint, which I have so much, I figured mine as well. But if you want, you can always try face painting paint. Okay, so now all the big ones are done, except for the photocopy paper. So I'm going to do the keto one again. We'll see how it turns out. Here's another strip of colored paper on the coffee dye. I used blue. This one's pink. I just wanted to see the pink with the blue, if we're going to get some purple in there. And here's that envelope with the peel and stick thing. Now you can tell this mat is not like it's a warp in it. So I don't know how that's going to be. Yes, I know, I'm just stacking the papers. It'll be fine. Because remember, we're not here to have it perfect. You want some boo-boos and some dry spots and some, you know what I mean, like fingerprints, whatever. We don't want it to be perfect, right? It is a junk journal, which back in the old days was to, they would use whatever they had lying around to make these journals. And it would be to document, you know, whether it be their recipes, family events, you know, births of family members, whatever. It was just to document stuff. It was not for perfection. They did not have the means to, you know, fuss like we do. Buy whatever we want. Like if I want, I could buy this already made. But where's the fun in that? You want to do it yourself, hands-on, right? All right. Now I got all this stuff. We're just going to toss. Oh, I got a lot of doilies on this one. Maybe I was trying to do more doilies. Message thing. Oh, here's another doily. Geez. I had 5 on this one. A bunch of little papers. My business card. Okay, and then this stuff. Oh, the envelope. I will leave for one last run before I do copy paper. Okay, so I'm going to put this over there and I'll be back to pick this up. Oh, maybe, no, I don't want to. I did not separate the layers. When they're dry, they separate better. I noticed from the oven, when I was drying it in the oven, the papers were separating better when they weren't as wet. So, uh-oh. I need something on the bottom that's a little thicker. I think I'm going to use these little papers for the bottom layer. Because of the, whichever paper was on the bottom layer, I think it was lined paper, it had problems lifting. I ended up ripping the corner on it. So you want, if you do it like me and have it in layers, you want the stronger paper on the bottom. Oops. Ooh, look at the marbling. Look at that. You know what? I kind of like that. Oh, but that's the back of the card. Maybe it'll do it on the front too. Okay, I'll pick these up carefully. Oh. This is so much fun. I love it. Just a little annoying at times. When things just don't... Oh, look at that. This part in the back here, this part is thicker and here it's lighter. That should come out pretty nice. Look at that run on it too. It might hold. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. You know what? What I might do, maybe next time I need to have a few of these baking sheets and just bake it right in place. Like just like that. Put it in the oven. All right. Looks like something broke. All right, next. I don't have another baking sheet. Unless I put it on this. I could. Yes, I'm talking to myself. All right. This one is cardstock. This is the white one, and then I also have a cream colored one. It's the same one I used on the coffee dyeing. See, the one is white and the other one's cream. Is it going to flatten out the way paper does? No, it doesn't look like it. All right, now we got 2 index cards, and we have that envelope. Now this is not a flat envelope, this is more like a bag, a paper bag. Ooh, look at that. Because I guess the pigment was not mixed in enough, and or it separates when it sits in water when you dilute it. And so the pigment is kind of whirling. I don't know if you can see on the camera. See here it's darker and there it's lighter. Okay, I'm just going to stack it on top. And then when it goes in the oven, it will just dry. But I am going to put the bag on the bottom because it was the longest to dry last time around. And then just put this on top. Just floating in the water. Now because I layered the index card on top of the the greeting cardstock. I'm going to see if it leaves a line. It probably will, which will be pretty cool. Okay, so now the only thing left is regular paper. So I guess with this I'll do one. Oh, wait a minute, I need a different rack. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to use this rack for this. And I'm just going to stack them, because that's the way I put them in the oven. I just stack them. Oh yeah, I was afraid it would rip if we do one by one, right? So I should probably layer a few. Also, I thought of something else too. Because this is shallow and the, you know, like it's warped, what I'm going to do is take a knife carefully without getting any glue on it, lift this side and stick it underneath, so that all the color goes to one side. So we're still going to do one sheet at a time. Flip it over. Then do another sheet. Maybe this one I'll do right on top, well, as much on top as I can. Now remember, if some of it doesn't get, oops, that might not be a good direction. I should have done it the other way. If some of it doesn't get it, that's fine. And don't forget, if you have like plastic tablecloths that you don't mind cutting up, and doilies and lace and stuff, you can actually put it in between the layers. And then when it dries, it will, see, it unrolls. Isn't that cool? Curls in and then it curls out as it takes in the water. Yeah, so you can always put lace or something in between and get a pattern. Eventually I'll do a video on that. Right now it's just, you know, your first step is just to color paper. I like having this little brush. Definitely helps. Now I'm going to leave this where not all of it is covered. Ooh, I got some blue on my foot. Just because I want to see what happens. Isn't that cool? I wonder if I go like this, and then maybe it'll spread. Nah. Let's just leave it as is and see what happens. Okay, curl up, curl down. Isn't that cool? It's so cool. Then we're gonna you know what? Not all layers. You know, I'm gonna flip it like that. And then I'm going to take this bunch out. Whoa, look at it pour. It's just pouring out. Okay, we're going to do one more stack like this. I don't know how many pages are here. 2, 4, 6, maybe 8, give or take. Okay, I'm gonna layer it on top. All right, here we go again. You know, because one side is, yeah, see, I can't turn it. I don't want to break it. Because one side is, here, let's just splatter. I guess we'll find out what happens. Curl up. Curl down. All right, next. I think this is fun. Like, who knew paper did that? I suspect it's from absorbing the water, which gives it weight. So it has no water at first, and then once the water gets absorbed, it then has more weight, and that's why it goes back down. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know. I never took science in high school. I was one of these kids that took the business route. I did not take the sciences. Oh, wow. Can you see the blue? That's a pretty blue. I wonder if it's going to stay kind of speckled. Not speckled, but like, you know, where you can see the white in a pattern showing through. Like this, where you have just a little bit showing through. Yeah, I'm spoiling the fun. I want to get this done with. Oh, I just ripped some paper because I'm trying to turn it. And the reason why I'm trying to turn it is because I want to splatter this on it. Okay, next. Scott! We got a doorbell going. Okay, I'm just gonna let it sit. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, everybody. All right, so this is all the acrylic dyeing I'm going to do today. I will bake these in the oven like I did the previous batch. And so today it's coffee dye and acrylic dye, acrylic paint. Tomorrow we're going to try 2 other things. Tomorrow's Thursday. we're going to try acrylic paint and watercolors, sponging, stenciling, all that kind of stuff. And then Friday, we will review these 4 videos. These 2 today and the 2 tomorrow. We'll review them on Friday. And then come Monday, we're going to start working with them. Sound good? Sound like a plan? So I will let you go here. Can you see how beautiful that paper is? Here, I'm going to tip you forward. Can you see that? It's kind of like the white is it's almost like denim. That's it, denim. It looks like denim. From my camera, what I see, it's more vibrant a blue than the camera shows in real. Now, I don't know when I post it on YouTube, it might be just as vibrant as it is here in front of me. And I will let you know, like on the next video. But there you go. Another type of dyeing. I know on the previous video I did give you other techniques. There's coffee and tea. Now some of the other ones are blueberries, which come out a blue-gray. Onion skins, anywhere from yellow, orange, red to brown, depending on the skin and how long. Avocados, you use the seeds and the peels, and they come out a pinkish color. Red cabbage comes out purple. What else do I have on the list? Purple grapes will come out a light purple. Now, I don't know grapes, if it's the skins and the seeds, just like the avocado, or is it the whole grape? I'm not sure. It's the first time I heard about grapes. Then there's also fruit juices like grape juice or cranberry juice, food coloring, printer inks. Like, I've never heard about printer inks. I guess if you just have a little bit of ink in your bottle, you could use it for dyeing paper. How? I don't know. I'll have to do more research. Maybe in the future that'll be a project. I do not have the eco tank, so I do not have the bottles like the people with printers that have eco tanks. I'd love to get an eco tank. Supposedly you can print more sheets for the dollar amount equal to a laser printer that has the cartridges, which mine has cartridges. Supposedly I can get more printing from an eco tank. So that's something else to look in the future for, another project. But anyways, I will leave you at that. Please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, do what makes you happy, and do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. Blah, 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 blah. I'm losing it. 2 videos in one day. I can't talk anymore. All right, everybody. Take care. Bye for now.